prepared to forgive me?
I am, but you are not apologizing in a way that makes me want to forgive you. And I think you're not getting into your head is like you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, but I do so much to support you. And so then for me to feel like not only all those things that I listed, but all the work that I do for you, I feel like you're always trying to catch me not doing something right, and that you're looking for the things that I haven't done rather than commenting on all the great things that I do.
It sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. Say it loud. Say it proud.
Welcome back to the Harley Malarkey podcast, Old Dog New Tricks.
Hello, yes.
I couldn't listen to you bitch anymore about how much you hated the chairs, even though you were the one that moved the chairs in here.
See, I don't think anybody will notice that we have separate different chairs right now and that mine's actually more comfortable and I sit up upright and more tall.
Well, now they're going to notice.
Oh. Okay, let's go. Come on, subject. I'm excited.
Okay.
Just a sec. Just like, I'd like to...
Yeah?
We've had a couple good episodes recently.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Well, I hope this is a good one. You're kind of getting on my nerves.
That's good. That's sometimes when the sparks fly. That's what people want to hear. They don't want to hear like, oh, lovey-dovey couple talking about shit they agree upon. No, we want to talk about some raw facts.
Okay, well, the raw facts are you're getting on my fucking nerves.
Good. Harness that energy. I love what you're doing with that. Perfect.
And I think you're getting on my nerves because I've been getting on your nerves, and I'm just kind of fucking over it.
Use it. Use the energy, the force. Yes, Daniela. Yes.
I'm reading this new book called The Work, and when you read The Work, when you get annoyed with somebody, you're supposed to turn the statements around, basically. And I'm like, well, Brian's annoying me, I'm annoying him, but really this started off with me annoying him, and now he's annoying me. I don't know. The work is not working right now.
It's a vicious cycle.
But I would just like to list some of the things that Brian has gotten mad at me about in the past.
Men love friction. Let me just say that sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Women might not.
Love friction?
Yeah, they don't. They don't in the same way.
You know what I'm referring to?
You have, I know what you're referring to. And women don't. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So we should try to lube our lives?
You should lube your life. I'm pleasant. I've gotten sick of being pleasant while you're a crotchety fucking old man. I'm sick of it.
Shut up.
Yeah, okay. These are the things that Brian has gotten mad at me about in the past 10 days. He got mad because it was 9:30 at night and he was listening to music so loud in his office that the bass was shaking our walls. And so I went down there and I said, hey, honey, could I move your speaker to the other wall just because I'm trying to wind down and I hear the bass in my room. 2, he got mad at me because...
Let me finish that one. 1, you didn't say, hey, honey. You're like, where's the music? Where's the speaker at? It's so fucking loud or whatever.
No,
I
didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if you said that. But I was like going, yo... I never spend time in my office.
It's 9:30 at night.
9:30 at night. People in New York City haven't even gone to dinner yet.
Okay, just let me finish.
Okay, go.
What else? Oh, we got home from the gym. I had made a smoothie that morning. He didn't want to drink the smoothie because he said it tasted gross, and so he was starving when we got
marrow and like kidney flavored smoothie.
It was bone broth. And so when we got home, I wasn't hungry because I had my smoothie, and he makes himself a chicken wrap. An hour and 20 minutes later.
20 minutes later. She's like, I'll have one of those chicken wraps.
No, I have timestamps.
20 minutes later.
Okay, you're going to need to let me talk.
Okay.
And he got super mad at me. He's like, why wouldn't you just have the chicken wrap when I had the chicken wrap? Like, this is so ridiculous. And I'm like, I literally make you 3 meals a day.
When she says I get mad, I love this one too. When she says I get mad, it'd be me like, this is me. She's like, can I have a chicken wrap? I'm like,
no, you
Why didn't you ask for one 20 minutes ago when I just made one?
It was an hour and 20 minutes ago. I have the timestamp, and you did get it.
Do they say that time travels faster for old people?
Just let me talk.
I love you.
It was a really long time, and the fact that I make you so many meals a day, this is the first time I've asked you to cook for me in months, and you make a big deal about making a chicken wrap. I'm like, fucking grow up.
Drama.
Okay.
Drama.
What else?
Drama.
We have a beautiful new home that we've like curated every detail of, but his dog is a wild fucking animal who goes out and rolls in the dirt every day.
How is she my dog sometimes, but she's our dog sometimes too?
Okay. Just
my dog when she's bad?
I love Scout, but Scout, thanks to Mamie, has become trained to sleep on all of our nice furniture, and so she tracks dirt on our brand new white couch, our old white couch, and we have this ugly pink blanket sitting on the white couch because Scout's always tracking in dirt or maybe like a dead squirrel or a skunk. And I made a joke about, oh, maybe we should give Scout away because, or I said something that sounds worse, but I only made this joke because Brian makes the exact same joke like 3 times a week. He got pissed at me for making the same joke.
I honestly threatened to kill her.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, maybe we should give her away because our couch looks fucking disgusting. He got mad at me for that. I'm like, I would never dare make a joke about your dog that you hadn't already made. What else?
Last night. No, what did I do?
Yesterday, he Venmo'd the wrong person. He comes out of his room. This time, he actually was screaming. He raised his voice and he was like, that was the wrong fucking Casey. What the fuck? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I hadn't even finished Venmoing. You grabbed your phone out of my hand and you Venmo'd the wrong person. Like, that's not my fault. We have a blinds guy there. We have our like house manager there. I'm on the phone with the doctor and Brian's literally yelling at me. He actually was yelling at me because he Venmo'd the wrong person. He got his money back within like an hour. And it's just like one thing after another. He keeps getting irritated.
I do love what I heard here. Let me tell you what I just heard here. There was only one real yell in any of that.
Over something ridiculous. It doesn't matter.
No, I was like, no, and it wasn't even yelling at you. It was like kind of a Tourette's situation, all right? So you hand me the phone. You said, how much are we Venmoing Casey, right? And there's a lot of Caseys in our life right now. And I said, no. You said, oh, I'm Venmoing Casey. And then my phone rings. It's my daughter. So I answer, hello, blah, 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 blah. Help me, Dad. I skipped school and I get in trouble for it. And then I look down and I go, oh, it's Casey. She's Venmoing it. I go, how much? And so she tells me and I put it in and I hit send. And then it goes, Casey Thompson? I was like, no. I just...
No, but he was genuinely...
I just sent $1,000 to Casey Thompson. So, of course, wouldn't you kind of yell a little bit?
No, I wouldn't.
I wasn't yelling at you.
No, you were yelling at me. You were yelling at me. He's like, why would you put in the wrong Casey? Why would you put in the wrong Casey? He was yelling at me. He was making it my fault. The other night...
Within 11 seconds, I said, okay.
But it doesn't matter because you've already escalated everything and pissed me off and ruined the mood. And I'm sick of it. Rancho Valencia, we were having a nice dinner.
We bought our love.
That I was putting on my credit card, and Brian and I are talking about this little work thing, and he's like, I think we should do this. And I was like, oh, I don't think I saw a ton of value when we did that last time. And instead of being...
I did get mad that time.
And instead of being like...
That was the only time I honestly got mad in all of these things.
Okay, well, all the other times I felt like I had to absorb all this shit. So anyways, this time he, instead of being like, well, no, I disagree with you. I think that we got a lot of value in these ways and I'd really like to try it again. He just lost his shit on me. And I'm like, are you fucking serious, dude?
I can't remember what it was about.
It was about, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter.
I was having a little...
you just keep having Tourette's.
My panties were bunched in my junk.
And through all these times.
It pinched me odd, and I just wasn't quite right.
And it makes me feel like shit. I'm like,
I'm so sorry. And do I apologize as good or better than anyone?
But sometimes you get fucking sick of apologies. You know how your kids say, yeah, the apologies don't mean anything anymore? When you get mad at me like 10 times in 10 days for doing nothing... I'm over it, man.
What do you want to do? You going on vacation?
And then he was mad because he was like, came home from his work trip and he didn't think I was excited enough to see him. And I was like, well, actually, it was kind of nice spending 2 days by myself when nobody got moody at me and nobody was in a bad mood. And so maybe I wasn't that excited to see you. Not that I'm not excited to see you and that I don't love you, but maybe you could think of like how pleasant you have been around me lately.
One of us has the weight of the world on their shoulders. The other one takes care of the one with the weight of the world on their shoulders.
Yes.
Okay. So sometimes the shoulders get burdened.
And this is what we talked about yesterday, is I am happy to support you in all of these things. But where things go south is when you come at me, when you have to remember that we are this team. If you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders and we are a team.
Out of all of those things, the only thing I think that was handled wrong, I can see I was going to do the wrong answer, so let me rephrase, was definitely the Rancho Valencia one where I was just irritable and I don't know what it was. And
Yesterday was, I think, the worst one.
I was embarrassed. I was like, "What? How did you?"
But that's the thing.
It's like, you know what it is? I felt like you gave me a loaded gun. It had a bullet in you, and you said, "Shoot it."
But
And
I didn't.
I shot it.
But without getting all the facts. Again, you blamed it on me. This is the crux of the issue, is that instead of being like, hey, I need help, or hey, I'm feeling needy right now, I need support.
You know what? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm making big improvements.
Okay.
In me 2 years ago, how would he have been?
Even worse.
Even worse. So look, sometimes it's little steps, baby steps. Quickly apologize for all of them. We made up. We made love.
No, I confronted you about how I was upset by you keeping getting mad at me. Then we had great sex. Then you yelled at me.
Yes, I apologize. When I said, how much do we owe Casey? I had thought it would be okay if you said, oh, I didn't select a Casey yet.
I'm pretty sure Venmo shows you. I just did not even compute that you would have gone and selected the wrong person. The last time I saw the screen, I saw Casey's name, but I hadn't been able to click on it. So for me, how am I supposed to know?
One click.
I didn't click on anything though. I just started typing in Casey.
I just pushed the number and pushed send.
I don't think we can release this.
Why? We're getting through it. This is healthy. Are you prepared to forgive me?
I am, but you are not apologizing in a way that makes me want to forgive you. And I think you're not getting into your head is you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, but I do so much to support you. And so then for me to feel and not only all those things that I listed, but all the work that I do for you, I feel like you're always trying to catch me not doing something right. And that you're looking for the things that I haven't done rather than commenting on all the great things that I do. And so it's very hard to support somebody when you feel like they're not supporting you. And I feel like you're not supporting you. You're just finding you, and you are in many ways, but emotionally, you're just finding things that are wrong with me, things that I'm not doing right. And that's exhausting.
It sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. Question, comment, subscribe, help. I've apologized. I will continue to apologize. I know that I make mistakes and I do wrong things. I will point out when I do say, oh my God, this looks great. I love that. Thank you for grocery shopping. Thank you for getting the kids. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for packing Sailor's lunch this morning. Thank you for doing those things. I will make it more obvious and I will show my appreciation more for those things.
Okay.
I just got done with a crazy stressful meeting, by no means anything, and I just was trying to help get Casey paid, and I was just like, oh my God, I just sent somebody a fucking $1,000 who I haven't seen in 5 years, and I feel so stupid, so I lashed out.
I know, and I think that's the issue, and I appreciate your apologies, but this is a long-standing pattern that I know that you're working on, but it's when you get flustered or upset about something, you look for the first person that you can blame it on, I think, rather than...
it's been ingrained in me for 50-something years. It's pretty good. It works. It used to work really well.
It does not work for me.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. That's why we're working on that. So when something happens, unless there's blood or mayhem, I should just relax and go, is this a life or death situation?
Yeah, if there's blood or mayhem, I think you have to let your instinct kick in and solve the issue as quickly as possible. If something else happens and all of a sudden your blood starts boiling and your blood pressure goes up, you are like, okay, let me take a deep breath. Let me think about this before I blame anybody else for this situation.
That's what Lexapro used to do for me. And that's what gummies used to do for me.
Yeah.
And so sometimes out here, raw dogging life, I skin some knees. My knees, your knees, elbows, no black eyes.
Yeah.
No, just little scrapes. Scrapes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we move forward? Can you love me and appreciate me?
If you're nice to me.
And forgive me?
If you're nice to me, I can.
Did we do anything fun today? Did we have fun today? Do anything fun today? Does that
We
count?
did have fun today.
Okay. How many fun things do we do?
I know, but this is what you do. Of course we do fun things. Of course I'm appreciative of all those fun things, but it gets hard to enjoy things when I feel like I'm constantly being picked on. And you're not always like that, but in the past 2 weeks it's been very bad. And last week I doted all over you. I made sure that you had a great
I
birthday.
just had a great birthday.
And I just was feeling very frustrated. And then what also frustrated me a little bit this morning was when I said, hey, can we leave my car with Larson and Sarah so that...
Do you think you're being a little too sensitive on everything now?
Let me just finish.
The way you asked me made me feel like you were nervous and wanted me to say no. That's what I really thought.
Okay.
I thought you were nervous. And I was like, okay, no. I was just aligning myself with whatever decision. It's your car. I don't give a fuck what we do with it.
And then
your hesitation.
No, that was the thing that upset me at the end was I was like, okay, well, I'll offer your car first, and then you're like, ooh, somebody doesn't like to share, and I was like, no, that was not my point. I was trying.
Somebody's sensitive.
I was trying
like,
to let
I'll
them drive my
sacrifice
car.
your car, but I don't want to sacrifice
because you
my
had
car.
already said my car's leased, so it's not as big of a deal if something happens to it. So I was just literally going off what you were saying and trying to make you happy.
What I hear here,
As
your
happy.
therapist, as what I'm hearing here, is we both want the same thing.
Do I lash out at you? Other than right now?
Yeah, it's been for like a 7-minute lash out right here. So like all those little tiny ones don't ever go 7 minutes, you know. So I would say this 7-minute like burner, we'll call it a burner.
Mm-hmm.
You're just burning some shit off,
Yeah.
right? Smells like shit, like in here.
Like burning human flesh.
Yeah. Oh, and you burned a lot, and I think does it feel good? You get it out?
Yeah, I definitely feel better.
I was just here with it. I was just feeling it, absorbing it. I kept my cool.
Yeah.
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 I said apologize several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to blame it on the stars. Can I blame it on the stars? I think I was in a transition. My stars and moon shit were like all transitioned up.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Oh, I know it was though.
Somebody obviously had taken over me. Maybe I have some demons or like what you call them?
An entity.
Entity. I had some entities in me that they took over. Sometimes when you're driving, do you ever just drive down the road and you go, oh, did I space out for a minute? That's when the entity took over. I just spaced out and the entity was there and I came back and I was like, why are you all upset? Like I was just like daydreaming over here and somebody hopped in the driver's seat, took it for a ride. It looks like they may have done a little fender bender. Like hopefully Sarah and Larson won't do to one of our cars.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, great.
What are we talking about today?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
We had two great things, but I don't want to talk about mine because I've talked enough right now. I would like to talk about yours.
Well, first, have we taught anything, or is this just like trauma dumping on our audience?
I think it was amazing. We got through it. We survived. We don't want to act like we're fucking like a happy-go-lucky, no problem kind of couple.
I don't think they think that.
Well, this is some real shit we just dropped on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whose side are you on?
More importantly.
Well, we did release
I actually think it's fucking great. I think we should play it.
Okay.
I was in the corner there, and I didn't know if I was getting out alive, and I'm still here. We're still gonna do a session, so look, we're still moving forward.
Okay.
If I'd gotten up and walked out of here, like old me, sure.
I definitely would have posted that.
Should I fake one? Should I
No.
fake it? God damn it! I can't take this shit anymore.
Okay, well, we don't have to say welcome back because this is all part of yesterday's episode.
This is what's happened.
This is part 2. This is the morning after.
Yeah. So yesterday you could see that Harley was definitely berating me. And really had a lot of resentment and a lot of stuff really held deep inside. And it just came vomiting out like that. And I stood there and I took the punches. I was like, boom.
You did,
boom.
but I think you didn't put on your cosmic skin. I think you just put on your wall.
Oh, my wall. And
Yeah.
it bounced off.
Yeah, it bounced off. And I think that you're just like, yeah, I hear you. But I don't think we got to the root of the issue.
So the cosmic skin is what I put on when I go into life sometimes, or when I'm dealing with teenagers. And when they say insults to me, I'm like, yeah, let me have it. Let me have it. It's my superpower,
Yeah.
right? And I just absorb it, but I don't really feel it.
It's the word is transmute. It's like when you give your negativity to the earth knows how to transmute negativity.
Yeah, maybe.
Turning negative into neutral, basically.
Yeah, cosmic skin is what most people call it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, transmute. No one's ever really heard of
But
that.
I don't think you really had your cosmic skin. I don't think you're transmuting it. I think you were just you're apologizing. I think they were somewhat sincere apologies, but we weren't really getting to the root of the issue. We had a nice rest of the afternoon, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. You relaxed. I went on a walk, and then last night, you cooked dinner.
I said we should solve our differences with sex, and what we didn't have sex.
No, we did not.
That probably would have solved all the problems.
No, we wouldn't have gotten to the root of the issue.
Oh,
sometimes you have to talk.
Are you telling me that if you see a weed in the garden and you just pull it and it's just the top, that the root will grow back?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, so don't just you can't just rip the top off of something. You got to dig down and get to the root.
Yes. Okay. Now let's be a little more serious.
I thought that was a great analogy.
It's a good analogy.
Not great, just good. Okay, go.
So last night I got home from my walk right as Brian was about to serve dinner to everybody. We had 4 high school kids at our house, and Brian and I. It was very fun. And Brian made dinner for everybody.
Short ribs and this beautiful sauce, and then I made this little salmon rice bowl. Yes.
Yeah. And we had fun. Sometimes, the things high school kids say blow you away, but it's always entertaining.
We learned that there might be some laws being broken in our community.
Yeah, that's all we need to say about that.
Yeah.
And then we're all done with dinner. And I'm like, I didn't get to start my day in peace because we had an early morning engagement and I just could use a little alone time. So I was like, hey, do you want me to help you do the dishes? And he goes, no, you do them all the time. You don't need to help. And he was kind of saying it in a weird way. And I was like, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want me to help? He's like, yeah, I got it. You do this all the time. Don't worry.
Well, no. Like, if we're going to get to the root. Okay. So my passive aggressiveness was like, are you fucking seriously just going to walk out of here? Just like all the kids just piled their dishes. Like I should be getting mad at the kids for not helping do dishes and stuff like that. But I've spoiled my children. And even my daughter in front of her boyfriend was like, I can't cut my steak down. It was short rib. It was a braised short rib. All right. I was like, with a spoon.
And then I'm like, okay, so you hand her a knife, but Brian takes it back and he cuts it into little bite-sized pieces where I was like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah. Daddy, I can't cut my meat. All right, so I totally spoiled my children. I did bad there. And then I cooked all the food, and they just put their dishes. Thankfully, they get their dishes to the sink now. I mean, they're not even scraping the leftovers in the garbage. That's like next step. So, I was doing dishes when I was like 3 years old, like top to bottom, like emptying the dishwasher top to bottom. So I don't know where I've messed up that. But all of a sudden, you had your dish just by the sink too, and you were walking away.
No, I put some stuff in the dishwasher and I did a few things, but I was like, okay, well, Brian gets, he a lot of times when he's in a cleaning zone, he's like, let me just do it. I'll just do it. Like, I'm efficient at this. I don't want you in my way. So I was like, well, maybe this is one of those times where he's efficient and doesn't want me his way. I asked, and then I was unsure of his tone. So I asked again and he said the same thing. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go upstairs.
And we learned that he has a really bad passive-aggressive problem.
Yeah, because inside he was seething. And he was like, oh, she could have at least fucking filled up the water bottles again. Or what were you thinking about me?
Yeah, I was like, well, so we have this water system where we have filtered water that comes out by the sink, and we fill up these big glass bottles, and we put them in the fridge every night, and everybody drinks water all day long because we're staying hydrated. We're doing really good, and we're off sparkling water for the most part, which I never thought would happen. And there was like 7, 8 empty water bottles sitting there, and I was like, well, she could have fucking at least just filled the water bottles. I do like to zone out in the dish area and get it all fucking done. But I was a little, this is how sensitive I am to some of these things. She was also making her tea as I was really hustling the dishes down, and the tea is right next to the sink, and I'm like, you could stand like in the middle of the room, and it'd be just like, so I was just like, everything had me pretty fired up.
Yeah. And so
Everything.
he's like seething inside, and I'm kind of like,
I was like,
what's
oh,
going
this is the
on?
perfect place to stand if you want to be right in the middle of the wave.
So I went upstairs and I drank my tea and I turned on 100 Foot Wave, which is the show I'm watching right now, which is amazing. And I was sitting up there and I was like, is he mad at me? Did he actually want me to help? And then I thought to myself, I'm like, I'm not going to sit up here and wonder if my boyfriend's mad at me about something so small as the dishes when I know that I help
Seditious?
with
We
the
don't-
dishes all the time.
Oh, I thought you said seditious.
No.
I was like, I don't know these words. Stop
The
this shit.
dishes. And I'm just gonna let it go. And so I like sit there, drink my tea, watch my show, and then it's been a while, so I'm like, I'm gonna go check on him. And then I go sit on the couch, and I think I asked him, oh, he had this session with this Ben shaman, and she said, hey, I noticed that you have this kind of generational pattern of this thing in you that wants to sabotage your relationships. And she's like, that thing in you actually kind of served you well in your last relationship.
It's an entity.
But it doesn't serve you in this relationship. And so I was feeling the weirdness from Brian, and I was like,
This entity inside me.
yeah, I think that's what I brought up.
Seething and
I was like, do you remember when the Ben lady said that you had something inside you that like can sabotage relationships? Because I'm just thinking, I'm like, God, he's mad at me again. Like we just talked about today, how
On the
it's
podcast,
frustrating. He's
how
mad
he's
at me,
so mad at
and
me
he's
all the
mad
time.
at me again.
'Cause-
And then he did have some insight. And what did you say when I said that?
Well, one, I was so fucking annoyed because I was sitting on the couch watching the last 5 minutes of the Thursday night football game, and she hates football, and she just puts her legs on me and this. It was like talking and talking and talking, and I'm like, I'm so over talking right now because I'm so tired and I'm so grumpy. But my insight is that over the course of the last month and a half is when this has arisen.
Well, no, first you said, I do have this kind of bad habit. He's like, I actually was mad at you for not helping me with the dishes. And I was like, well, the easy way to handle that is I asked you twice, like, hey, can I help? I want to help. All you had to say was, yeah, could you fill up the water? That would really help me out right now. And then you wouldn't have had to be seething, and I wouldn't have to sit there being like, is he mad at me? Is he not mad at me? And I think this is what men say about women all the time. Like, we're not mind readers. I'm not a mind reader. So if you want my help, all you have to do is ask. I would have said, of course. I wouldn't have gotten mad. And then he did say, he was like kind of reflecting on why he's getting so frustrated with me. He's like, this is how I was raised. And I did watch my mom and my stepdad. And what did they do?
It was a constant every second battle about what have you done? What are you doing now? What are you doing? It was a constant. Seriously, I was explaining it to my brother James today. See, look, men do talk about their emotions and their feelings. All right, and if you haven't seen Uncle James take his T-shirt off on his Instagram, you should really
Go look to his profile, James Malarkey.
James Malarkey. It's worth every minute. No, it's not. But it's fun. Anyway. Yes, that's what I was raised. You were only as good as did you take the trash out? Did you do this? Did you do the dishes? Did you do this? Did you clean up this? Is this organized? Is that done? If you used my car, is it filled with gas? Is it backed in? I said a funny story. My stepfather, you could wreck his car, check, did that. You could wreck his boat, check, did that. Not in trouble at all. But if you don't fill his gas tank up in his car, or you don't back it into the spot and you pull straight forward, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a loser, right? And so my mom constantly will eye roll at anybody, who doesn't do things like we were taught to do by Matt Day. Like, oh, really? Oh, you didn't do that? Oh, yeah, like you're a loser. So I have this massive programming of this is the way you do things and this is the only way you do things. And like when you put your bag on the counter when you come back from the gym, I'm just like, what the fuck is the bag? I just cleaned the counter. Like I'm very OCD.
Yeah.
And so little things like that, just like I'm like, oh, I prefer not be there. And if it's my stuff, it seems perfectly fine to be right there. But if it's your stuff, it doesn't really. Remember, I was a bachelor for like a minute too. Yeah. So I had my own realm, and this is me getting back into not my own realm again also. But I realized that I am completely programmed to be this OCD, just like boom, boom, boom. We have rules. We have this. It's the way you do things. Like when you travel, you do this and this and this. And I mean, we had so many rules that were spoken and then unspoken, and you were just expected to do them, which there is value to some of it, but
And it seems like there was somewhat of a great joy in finding somebody not abiding by these rules, or a great
Constantly,
sense of power
constantly, you
of
didn't get
like
that done, you didn't do that, you didn't do that. Yes, we are
like power
constantly
taking and the shaming of like, oh, you
massive
messed up,
shaming.
you messed up.
Massive shaming, massive shaming. And that's another reason I work so hard is because my mother used to shame me and say, you're a procrastinator. You're a procrastinator. You don't get that done. You don't get anything done. You don't get stuff done, do you, Brian? You don't get stuff done. And as like an 8-year-old kid, I'm like, I'm going to get everything done. I'm going to get everything done. And so I've just been like, my whole life has been like, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get everything done. I can do it all. I can do it. And so these are things, but these are things that I was easily able to forget and relax at the old 5 o'clock. Let's like have a cocktail, the old 5 o'clock, or I'm on LexiPro all day long. I mean, I had to be on LexiPro because little things that people would do in the kitchen, my work or something, would be like, why the fuck? Like I do this to people. Like, why'd you cut the chicken like that? Why are you putting it? Why are you salt like that? Why are you doing like? I have like little tiny things.
It's kind of like Tourette's.
It's Tourette's. Like, no, we don't heat our saute pans like that. We don't do that. We don't wipe a rim like that. We don't do that. We do this, this, this. And I think it's kind of a chef skill, but it just so many things you want to control and you want them done exactly your way. It does go back to that whole chef world too.
I think it can serve you in that domain, but that's what I said last night. I was like, what is, when you think of one word that you want our household to be, like, is it
fucking organized? Oh.
I was like,
discipline.
Is productivity at the top of your list? And I was like, because at the top of my list is peace. And right now it's hard to have peace because I'm always wondering, what did I do wrong? What did I not measure up against? And, you know, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, why has it gotten so bad over these past like 2 weeks, 1 month? Like, are you not as attracted to me? Have I been doing something like crazy different and wrong? Like, what's going on? Because that's what I was saying yesterday when I was so frustrated with him. Like, it's making me feel like shit, like things have changed between us because he never used to pick on me in this way. And he was like, yeah, well, a month ago is when I quit my gummies. And my whole life, you know, my whole adult life, I've always had my shutoff valve, you know, for many decades. It was alcohol and, you know, a combination of Lexapro and then it was gummies. And so, you know, when things all got too much.
My fuckets. I lost my fuckets because you've been leaving the fucking toaster out after you toast your bread every morning. You leave that little thing that makes your matcha out every fucking day. But when I had the fuckets, I didn't fucking care. You know, I was just like, oh, I would just let it slide. But now I'm in this fucking, I'm like an engine running without oil. You know, like I'm getting hot. I'm grinding gears. And so I think when people like, I keep saying, oh, I'm raw dogging live. Check me out, check me out. Well, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. And so what I'm figuring out is I have these things now that I have to fucking deal with because I'm not masking them anymore. That's the truth, right? So I have to ask myself, why do I care if the toaster's left out? Why do I care if, you know, if she's going to enjoy a relaxing afternoon? Like, why are all these details? Why are these voices in my head yelling, that's not right. You got to do this. You got to do this. And so I'm like, so I got pretty frustrated last night talking.
Yeah.
I was arms folded. And then she's like, how much time, what she kept talking. I was like, there's like 2 minutes left in the football game. This is when we stop talking. Like, shut the fuck up. And I went to bed and I wasn't in a good mood. And and then I walked up.
Yeah.
And this was it. This was the big breakthrough. This was a big breakthrough.
Maybe it was for you. I had already sort of had mine. But yeah, so then he's like, there's only a minute left. Don't talk to me. And then as there's only a minute left, he starts rattling off all these things that I could do differently and better. And I was like, there's only a minute left, Brian. We're not supposed to talk right now.
We're not children, Daniela. We're not children.
So then I go up in the room and I'm like up there watching my show and I'm there for like, I don't know, 30 minutes before
Game went into overtime.
Before he comes back up. And I'm like thinking I was about to go down there and get him just to be like, hey, I'd love for you to come to bed. Like, I'd love to like cuddle with you and like go to sleep. And
because
so
that's my love language.
Yeah. And I'm like, we don't need to end on like a rough note.
I mean, like, I'm not a cuddler, but I am a cuddler. But I just love to touch and smell her.
Oh. And so he walks in the door, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so happy you're up here. I've been waiting for you."
Like, you know what my other love language is it when you fucking clean the kitchen. like that, like that's like, oh, like.
Okay, but just to give you guys like the scoop here is that I'm like incredibly clean. Like I always
Yes.
clean up. Like this morning, he makes a huge fucking disaster in the kitchen feeding his kids for school, and I clean up everything.
Thank you so much. It was
And like sometimes I leave out little things like the toaster or the little matcha whisk because I'm not OCD and I don't notice every detail out of place, but I'm very clean. I always clean up after myself, clean up after Brian. I do Brian's laundry. I make sure our dishes are done.
Oh, she does so much.
Like I'm not a slob. So it's like, can you imagine if he was dating somebody who wasn't clean? Like
He
I'm
wouldn't be.
yeah.
It wouldn't work for him. Well, I know him well. That would not be good for him.
Okay, so just putting that in perspective. Anyways, he walks through the door. I'm like, oh,
She's in bed. Right
I'm
back
in
there.
bed. And I'm like, I'm so happy you're here. I missed you. I was waiting for you. Thinking like, okay, we can put this irritableness to bed. And the first thing he says is, why the fuck did you shut the door all the way?
No, I did not.
What did you say?
I said, of course I did not say that. I said, can you please not close the door? We have a door that locks, right? Because we have high school kids, and God knows they'll go in and shuffle through our bedroom, right? So we have a door that locks when you close it all the way. At the old house, we had a door that locked when you locked it. Like it was like, oh, a little keypad, like I'm leaving for a while, lock. Most of the time it was open. Yeah. Now we have this one, like every time it closes, it fucking locks.
And we
right?
didn't intentionally buy it that way. It just
No. And so I can't see very well. I'm up there in the dark and I'm trying to punch in the codes and the keypad's off. It's not the traditional 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. They're like the 9's over here and this like, so I can't even train my brain how it works. And like so many times, like I'll get up in the morning, go have coffee, and I'm like, I want to go back up there, but I don't want to wake her up. And this thing makes fucking beep, 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 whatever. So I'm just like, I'm so fucking tired of having to open this code every single time I walk into the room. And it doesn't make it feel like a home. It makes it feel like an apartment in a home, you know?
Yeah, it's
And
weird.
so-
I don't like the code either.
100%. But I said, can you please not close the door all the way unless we're like leaving somewhere? Because I'm tired of opening this code, which immediately was me going, you please don't fucking close the door all the way. But I didn't say fuck.
Yeah, but it was like, you messed up again, basically, is how I
That's what
took
she heard.
it.
That's all she hears is you messed up. You messed up.
And I'm like, I shut the door because there's people downstairs. You're watching TV. I'm trying to watch my show. Like, I'm trying to wind down in here. And it's nice to have the door to your bedroom shut. I didn't shut it to lock anybody out, but it's just nice to shut it. And then I was like, but Jesus Christ, Brian, this is what we were just fucking talking about. I'm like, you get so frustrated at something and then you blame somebody. Like, you don't need to blame me that the door is shut. Like, I shut it because.
So this is where the
the
breakthrough
TV.
happened. This is where the breakthrough
Yeah.
happened. She goes, you're not mad at me. You're mad at the door. And I was like, I am mad at the door. I'm not mad at you. It's the fucking lock. I hate the fucking lock. And we need a different lock on this thing so it doesn't lock every time you close it. And then, yes, of course you should close the door. So that was a big aha moment for me.
Yeah.
You've heard these aha moments?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm not mad at her. So then I started playing back in my head as I was laying there at 3 o'clock in the morning, not sleeping, going, oh, that time she pissed me off there. I wasn't mad at her suggestion. I was mad that what we were trying to do wasn't working. And she made a suggestion, but I got mad. And I wasn't mad that what she was saying. I was mad at that something wasn't working that we were trying to get done. And then I'm like going, oh, well, this is most of my stuff. I'm not mad at you, right? I'm mad that there's not an automatic water filler. Just kidding. But I'm not mad, and I keep looking for somebody to blame. And it's because I'm raw. I am raw, and I don't have a shut off. So I have to figure out how to process these things.
Yeah.
So I woke up this morning.
Yeah.
And I got my journal. Yep. And look, Danielle got me this journal. It says "Lucky you," and she has me journaling, right? And I don't do it every day. I do it when I kind of need to, right? And this morning I woke up and I was like, I need to, right? And so I was like, it's amazing. And from somebody that's not a long time journaler, is if you just start writing, your hand takes over, right? And all of a sudden, stuff just starts flowing, and you can just start writing, going, "I have nothing fucking to write," and all of a sudden you're going, "Yes, you do." Your hand was like, "Yes, you do." Now look what we're gonna write. And so I just started going through all of the things, and I was like, going back through my upbringing, going back through all of these things, and when I realized and appreciate, I have to spend more time appreciating Harley. Listen to all these things I appreciate you for all that she brings to my life: love, laughter, stability, kindness, connection, patience, forgiveness, calmness, goals, balance, thought-provoking conversations. She's on my side, and I must realize that at all times. Who else is fully committed to just me?
Oh,
Only you.
yeah.
In the whole world.
Yeah, it's only me.
Billions of people and just you.
Yeah.
Only you. And I need to realize that and not be so petty on a stupid little thing that is programmed from my childhood, right? Like you can leave your inside outside pants on the floor in the closet. It's okay.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the closet. I am the cleaner one. In the
Okay.
closet.
These could all be. Oh, a lot of this stuff is for my kids. I'm adjusting to being raw. This whole Lexapro, no alcohol, no weed. See, when I was still angry a month ago.
Yeah.
And then when something would piss me off, it didn't matter if it was 10 in the morning or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd be like, time to start eating gummies. And then I'd be like, But now, even scarier is I don't have that turnoff. But then this is my favorite part right here. And it is like that. It is like the root of the weed. Now I'm going to get through this. I could have masked it for my whole life, made zero progress in getting through these things.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, fuck, now I've got to look at it and feel it and see it and touch it and be like, oh, how am I going to get through this? And that is, what Regina, my therapist, who's absolutely amazing, says is be with it. Be with it. Why am I doing these things? And being able just to, what if I could get this out of my DNA and get it out of my fiber of my body once and for all, And then all of a sudden I'm going to just keep chipping away at these things that are not working for me and not bringing me happiness and not bringing peace to the house. And again, I'm going to be levitating at one point.
Yeah, you probably are.
I'll
at
be
this
levitating.
Rate. Yeah.
I'll be a little baby Buddhist. I'll be like just like floating. You ever had? Oh, and this is my favorite line right here. All right, I said, "Be the buffalo, not the cow. Run through the storm." The buffalo runs through the storm. Big storm brewing over here. Cow and buffalo sitting over here. The cow's like, "Oh shit, the storms are brewing." Runs the other direction. The buffalo, strong and wise, says, "Fuck that. I'm running through that thing so I can get to the other side."
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I don't want to be a cow who just runs with the storm and then gets thunder and lightning and rain and everything just as they travel together. I'm running through this stuff so I can get to the sunny field on the other side. So I want to be strong like the buffalo so I can get to the other side. And then I said, breathe. This is my life mantra. Mantra. I am open and at peace with myself and the world.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
That's a life mantra that you came up with like in your 20s, and who
Yes.
knew that that's the life mantra you'd still be chasing after.
Still chasing after.
Yeah.
So be the buffalo. Look at your problems. Quit hiding from. You know what that thunder and lightning storm is that's raining on those cows? That's you not facing any of the shit that's in you.
Yeah.
That's you going, oh, I'll have a drink. I'll have a gummy. I'll some people go work out. Some of them are good ways to do it. I think probably by working out, you are actually facing your shit because it keeps your brain really moving forward and stuff like that. But you go to your addiction, whatever it is, gambling, sex, whatever they are, instead of just being at that stuff. And I just want to get this shit fixed. So I want to figure out, we're so programmed as youth to be like our families, and be it religion, be it so many deep, deep things. Question it all. Why do I think that? Why is that? Is that good for me or is that bad for me? And be able to look at life from all sides.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about it too, because I was thinking, well, this all started because I was really frustrated with how I felt I was being treated. But then I thought about it a little bit more too, and I'm like, you're more miserable than I am. Like, yeah, it hurts my feelings and it upsets me, but you're the one that is like stewing in there with these
Ugh,
thoughts for
ugh.
even longer than it gets spewed out at me. And so it's like, you being able to resolve this will bring me peace, but
I
it will
wrote
bring
about
you
that too.
so much
Oh,
more
that's in there
peace.
too.
Yeah.
But also explain why this triggers you also so much.
We did a session with Regina and her partner, and I think this is when this came up, but it was like we had gotten
Jonathan,
Jonathan. No, I didn't forget his name. I just said, I think this is when it came
don't
up.
look it up.
Uh, and we had gotten in a fight about something silly, but it really like that was somewhat small, but I had really like gotten really upset by the way that Brian had treated me. And it was because in the particular instance, like all I was trying to do was to be like kind and loving and be good. And all Brian saw was that I was trying to piss him off and be bad and be difficult. And this is something that goes back to my childhood because my mom struggled with mental health issues. And I think mother daughter dynamics can get complicated. And so she always thought I had bad intentions. And she was always like, you don't love me. You hate me. You're doing this. You're doing this. And it was always that I was doing something wrong when it was all I was doing is trying so hard to be good and so hard for my mom to love me. And that's how I am in daily life. Like, I'm never trying to hurt somebody or piss somebody off or do anything like that. Like, especially with Brian, I'm always just trying to be good and I'm trying to have him love me. Like, not in a super people pleasing way, but I think of him and most everything.
Not in a super people pleasing way.
Yeah.
Like
Not,
I'll be nice, but I'm not. What do you mean? Like I don't
well,
understand.
because I think that I don't have like a really bad. I think people pleasing is when you like are doing things at the expense of yourself.
Yeah, you would never do that.
Because I've worked through things. It's not good to give at the expense of yourself.
That's good.
But I make sure that my cup is full. And then when my cup is full, every thought and everything I do is mostly like serving Brian in some way. Like I'm thinking of his business. I'm taking care of our home. I'm doing something thoughtful for him. Like I'm always trying to think of like how I can be good and helpful for Brian. And then he tries to find these things that is like, no, you didn't do good there. You didn't do good there. You didn't do good there. And so it's like
It just triggers her childhood shit.
it makes me feel like it's my mom. I'm like, as hard as I try to be good, I can't do anything right. And then I become protective of myself. And I'm like, well, fuck you. You don't get to treat me like that. You don't get to talk to me like that. And that doesn't lead to a good, happy partnership.
And then so Harley has taught me how to talk to the spirits, and Cindy, her mom, just had a birthday recently, and she talks to her mom and asks advice and stuff like that. So this morning, I reached out to Cindy. I was like, hey, Cindy, help me get through this. And then also, could you work on your daughter a little bit too? And like, get her to that forgiveness part a little bit easier, because she gets a little resentment. She's like, you saw it earlier in this episode. It's like, oh shit. It's like the water when you put it behind that dam, and then all of a sudden a little crack happens, and then all of a sudden the water just comes rushing out. That's what happened for us. But Cindy said, yeah, I'll get her to ease off on that. Like, I'll have her release a little bit easier. And I was like, okay, thanks. Because I'm fucking up. But man, I'm really tight on those apologies now. Like, I'm like, I fuck up. Oh, shit. And I told you this last night. I was like, it's like, when you're driving down the road. Did I do this yesterday, maybe on the podcast? Yeah. I was like, you're driving down the road and like you daydream for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like going, oh my God, how did we get here so fast? Where'd I go? Well, fucking like an alien overtook my body. Like an
entity.
These goddamn entities. Yes, we started the episode with this. Yeah, entities. So you got to watch out for those entities and just blame it on the entities.
No,
right?
It doesn't work.
Yeah, no, like go, oh my God, that wasn't me speaking.
I am quick to forgive most of the time, but this is where I actually think like people are always like, oh, women the week before their period are fucking terrorists, but it's actually
When is your period, Daniela?
in 1 week. But it's actually a time when we're more sensitive and tuned into reality because you don't have the buffer of your estrogen that helps keep you afloat. Your progesterone's really high and then it goes down. Anyways, long story short, you can kind of be more in touch with the truth the week before your cycle. And so like last week, Brian was still picking at me and doing all these things. And I'm just kind of like, I'm pretty peaceful and chill. And like, I would just be like, Brian, I don't like it when you do that. And kind of let things roll off my back. But then it's like this week when my hormones are down and I'm more sensitive, then I can feel the truth of this of like, no, I don't want to be treated this way. No, this isn't right. This is not a good pattern. And it can be a little bit explosive, when it gets addressed, but it makes sure that things get addressed. And so I think as women, instead of being told that you're crazy, you can kind of lean into those times when you feel a little bit more emotional and think like, oh, this thing is asking.
Is some truth in there?
Yeah, this thing is asking for attention. Like these feelings aren't vaporizing out of nowhere. They're just more to the surface right now. I can access them more. And that allowed us to get to a new place of healing because my feelings were more raw and I wasn't tolerating your bullshit.
And it takes a very, very strong, handsome, good-looking man to figure out these things about themselves. So, yeah. I challenge you out there.
And a strong woman to not just let this strong, handsome, good-looking man bull over you.
Yeah. So, old dog was like, fuck it. I have so many more great qualities than these bad
that's
qualities.
What he said last night.
Yeah, like, just a sec.
He's like, what if this never changed? What if I was always like this? Would you still want to be with me? And I was like, 20 years from now? No, I wouldn't. I'm like, because this just gets worse and worse. And 20 years from now, I'd have so much resentment for you.
I said, but the internet calls you a gold digger. Gold diggers don't go anywhere.
And then he was mad at that.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah. That was good.
And then he was mad at that. He was like, well, my good qualities far outweigh my bad qualities. And he was pissed that I said that.
The entity, the demon inside me was fighting to keep these ropes.
Yeah.
They love their uncomfort. They love it.
Yeah.
They're like holding me back, and I'm just like, I don't want you anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want you anymore. It's like that old cartoon where the big giant's like tied to the ground, and all the little people are like holding him down. I was like, I don't want that anymore, and I'm leaving it behind. And it's not easy. So yeah, it sounds great when he says, oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, but fuck, you're dealing with a lot of shit when you do let those things go. And I will just continue to report back to you because I know I have the confidence I will be able to find these, fix these, and overcome these.
I agree. And I'm very happy that we talked about this. My dad occasionally listens to snippets of the podcast, but he's a very heavy
What's
drinker.
up, Hal? Oh, sorry.
And he saw Brian's video on his birthday saying, like, I'm raw dog in life. I gave up everything. And he's like, well, what I want to hear from Brian or what I want to know is, like, how he did it. And I mean, how he did it is he just stopped. But I think that this is an important part of the equation of like, you just stop and your life doesn't automatically fix itself.
Now you're like, oh God, now you're like.
Now you can see all the problems. You can see all the things you've been running from. And that's when it gets really hard to stay sober. I mean, I think you probably have cravings for something to turn off your brain again. But this is where
it's always nicotine. It's always nicotine.
This is
like, oh, I could just use a fucking vape right now. Oh, and then it'll be okay. Then I'm like, but it passes in about like 6-7 seconds. I'm like, oh, okay.
But this is where the real healing happens. And to like feel at peace with life without any substances is like the biggest gift and blessing there is. And it's a generational gift and blessing. Like that's generational wealth.
Not the money.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
Yeah.